Welcome back to another clay video. Today we are going to create World 7 from New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I still have some of this hippie crafter clay left over from that review video I did a while back. So I've been kind of picking and choosing the more undesirable colors, the ones I'm not really going to use for anything, and I've been using these for filling on my bigger creations where I don't really want to use as much of the good colored clay. Foil is a nice alternative as well, but foil can get pretty lumpy, so having some waste clay to do this with is very nice. Now you might be asking, what is he creating right now? I am creating the clouds for the base. Although these clouds are not white, I will soon transform them into some nice fluffy white clouds. In order to get this cloud to be nice and seamless, I came up with this idea of baking a cloud first and coating it with a sheet of white clay, and it worked out amazingly. This is by far the nicest and most fluffy cloud I have ever created. Now we need to make some crates to go on top of this cloud. It takes a little bit of time, but you can form a really nice cube using only your fingers. Just one of the many examples that you don't need to go overboard buying tools. We have a nice wrapping going around all of the edges, and now the corners. We have these screws on the corners, which I think are a very nice touch, and it reminds me a lot of Mario Sunshine. I did the same as well for a bigger purple box. And now we can destroy half of our hard work by cutting them in half. I didn't really think this through, but I guess I didn't have to make the details on the bottom half. Let's create some different colored warp pipes. And somehow, I guess I didn't record or lost the recording of me putting the crates onto the cloud, so we'll just have to skip over that part. Let's add in these warp pipes. Now we can start working on the vine. If this has a name, I can honestly say I've probably never seen it. When you find this vine, it usually takes you to secret areas up in the clouds, but since this world is already in the clouds, I guess it just takes you to some higher up clouds. Let's get that into the base, and we can start working on the head, which is very simple. It has the same lips that a piranha plant does, so I've cut these at a slant, and this will make them much easier to attach into each other. After a couple minutes of battling to get this to stand up, I think it's pretty obvious it's not going to stay by itself. So let's remove the head and we can just attach that after baking. Our vine is not complete unless we have some leaves, and in the spirit of trying to keep things nice and cartoony, I'm only going to create just a dash in the middle. I think if I added any more, it would start to look too realistic and wouldn't really fit in with the rest of the world. The final detail before baking is creating the sign. We can sketch out our number and letter, and then we can fill that in with some bright green clay. Finally, we need some texture on the signpost, and we are ready to get baked. After baking, we can break out the super glue and start putting everything together, starting with our vine. I have carefully attached all of these leaves, and they seem to be pretty sturdy. To avoid any ugly wires, I decided to glue these onto the boxes, and it actually looks like they're floating. Let's put the sign together and get that into place. Except we have an issue. I forgot to make a hole for the sign. So I used the dentist pick to hack a hole into it, and we can place the sign into the hole. And that is our final detail. So here it is, World 7 from New Super Mario Bros. Wii. If you want to catch up on the worlds I've created so far, you can click on the playlist at the end of this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.